Hello. I was reading the other day that team arenas may change to sealed deck, and I don't know what that means. What does sealed deck mean? When I go in, I'll have just certain skills I can choose?
So, sealed deck is a concept that comes from Magic the Gathering. It's where, and Guild Wars' skill system has a lot of similar things to Magic the Gathering. So in Magic, when you're playing sealed deck, you're getting a randomly selected deck of cards, and you don't know what's in those cards, and you have to build your deck from that right there and then play with it. So sealed in Guild Wars is very similar to that, where you don't know what skill pack you're going to get. You don't know what skills set you're going to get to work with, and then you build your deck from that. So we're going to have a rotating seed, a rotating pack of skills, and you'll be able to see what those skills are, design your bar from there, and then hop in and play with that. It's kind of a limited format, relies on quick thinking and your deck building skills, and finding combinations between skills that work that you wouldn't necessarily think of, because those skills may not be normally very good. Sealed deck is really cool because it makes bad skills good, and it kind of evens the playing field, and I don't know, it's a really fun format. We've done it in tournaments at PAX. We've done it internally in leagues at the office. And it's always a really great way to play and even have inexperienced players, get in and have fun. So.
Next one, over there.
Hello, name's John Paul. I hate PvP. No, PvP hates me. So I very much enjoy the PvE. I'm working hard on all my titles, doing all the hard mode stuff, dungeons. Updates. What do I have to look forward to? We've had things like mocks. We've had a few new quest chains. What else do you have in the works for me?
We're thinking about and working on Halloween and Winter's Day coming up, thinking about things that we can do to fit into the schedule to sort of spice up those festivals again. We'll have new hats this year, of course, and we've got a couple surprises as well. So that's mostly what we've got as far as PvE content for the rest of the year. Next year is a different story, of course. We've got a whole fresh new year, and hopefully we'll have eaten down our list of things to do, and I'd really like to spend next year starting to continue the story and lore of Guild Wars 1 into the future. All the lore that we've developed for Guild Wars 2 is really awesome, and it'd be cool to see some of that in Guild Wars 1 and how it plays out.
Actually, I have a question, which is a follow-up one. It's not a question. It's like, we read on the forums all the time. It's like, come on, guys, it's so easy. Just make a new quest, or just generate a new quest chain. Maybe you would like to elaborate a little bit on like what actually is involved in just generating one quest.
Well, it's kind of hard to give a really concrete number to, because of course it's a rolling process. I have a part of it, and then I hand it off to somebody else, and they do a little bit, and then they hand it off to somebody else, and they do a little bit, and then it might come back to me, and I do a little more. But it can take up to a month for a single quest from start to finish, where it spends a week in design, then it goes to code for a week, comes back to design for another week, goes to QA, bug fixing. Content actually takes quite a bit of time to develop, and the discrepancy between gameplay hours that you may get out of a single quest, like mocks for instance. The mocks quest chain is probably a few hours of gameplay. If you want to push it, you could probably get a good 5 hours of gameplay out of it at most. But it took a month of development time, with me leading the design of it, and 2 other designers working on those quests as well in their spare time. So it does take a lot of time to do content. Skill balance is also a really good meaty project to take on. It takes a few weeks for even a single dozen skill balance. So it can be tough trying to balance how much content we can get out in our schedule, new content, how we can get the most bang for our buck.
Hi, my question is about specifically nerfing and such. I've noticed that like the cake powder farming was nerfed, but things like the 55 and the raptor farming haven't, and whether it be skills also, they're occasionally nerfed or boosted. What is the decision to finally do that?
So nerfing farms in PvE is kind of a delicate balance. We don't always like to do it. We're very hesitant to nerf a farm. In the case of the keg farm specifically, it was sort of an oversight that we hadn't made the skill work the same way as the mission in the first place, and so we were kind of just cleaning that up. When it comes to 55ing and shadow form, raptor farms, green farms where it's just a single character who's built for durability and high damage spikes, or built for durability and low damage spread to kill a lot of things at once, like in Underworld. That's really a game type. That's a whole game type, and it's like a format in and of itself that we have to worry about the balance of. When it comes to actually taking the step from, okay, this farm is really popular, people do it a lot, maybe it's an issue, maybe it might be overpowered, the build is overpowered. We look at how much is getting used, how prevalent it is in various areas. If it's really just one spot that it's a problem, then we may not be as concerned about it unless it's really giving a strong advantage. But people have fun. It's tough to get into Guild Wars and play by yourself, solo. So I don't like to nerf all these solo builds because it is a game type in and of itself. And really comes down to situation why we may have chosen not to do it. Like with Urson, we waited for a while because people were able to actually get in and play, like really easily hop into the game, get into these areas that they may not have usually been able to get into, and but it became a problem when you couldn't do anything in the game without somebody asking if you were Urson. You couldn't play Thunderhead Keep without asking if you were Urson, and that's a problem. It's a problem when it's everywhere, but niche farms are cool, so.